Hi, today we're going to learn time price theory, that is Judas swing trading strategy. You all know I trade only during specific hours, so this is to teach you how to trade the news. So you have seen multiple times of people telling you not to trade the news, right? You see influencers talk about it all the time. They say it is highly volatile and you wouldn't be able to trade. But if you were in my Discord and if you know me for a while, you know I enjoy trading news, and that's when you get the volume to trade. That's when most people go in the wrong direction, and that's when you get more volume. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. First, get these two indicators. First thing is volume, and the next one is this kill zone indicator. It's already there in the Discord. I mean, if you go to the indicator section, I've marked it out. I'm gonna teach you how to use this. Like, these indicators are not mandatory. Volume is, but this indicator is not. I just wanted you to use that indicator just to be familiar and understand where the time zones are, where the kill zones are, so you get familiarized with where the volume spike usually happens. All right. The very first step here is to determine the direction to trade on 4 hour, 1 hour. Like, you need to determine the daily bias, right? So go to the daily chart and mark out the resistance and support. And as you can see, first you need to spot the pattern, right? So you spot the pattern, and we are still in a bear flag. And now this bear flag is like holding up for the past 80 something days. And if you go and and mark out the resistances, here you have an OB, right? And here you have another OB. So right now you should understand that there is liquidity above these two ranges. So we have liquidity above each of these OBs. So what you need to understand is that the liquidity is swept here above this OB and it is coming down. So, right now you see it, but in the morning it did not sweep liquidity above it, even though we were expecting it. So how do you know that it was going to do that? The first thing is you need to understand that liquidity is there above all resistances. Coming back to this topic, this is where we were in the morning, right? We were somewhere around here. We were not. This did not happen when we decided to go for a short position. Why did we decide to go for a short position? Because we are at the resistance. We are at daily OB, bearish OB. Let me change it to a different color so you know what it is. Just go away. See, we are at the resistance right now. We are consolidating inside the range in a bearish flag that is on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we are still consolidating with no specific pattern. So this, look at the time. So this happened at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 here. So it happened at 8:30 in the morning. When the news was released, what happens is, now that you're ready for a short position and you wait for this Judas swing to happen. So Judas swing is when you're determining the direction of the market, you're determining in one direction, and the move happens in the opposite direction, right? So we are bearish on 4 hour and 1 hour. So here, the very first step is to determine the daily bias, right? So we decided that it's bearish, and we marked out the support and resistance, and then we wait for the news. The news was that the CPI numbers came in hot, and we expected it to be the same. But what happened was it came out a little bit higher than what was expected, which is a bad news, right? So again, when it is bad news, you expect it to dump or retrace. But what happens? It goes up, does a Judas swing, and starts going out in the opposite direction, right? In the expected direction. So why did this happen? So here you see that the liquidity was swept here. So we decided to trade short position. When the news is released, it goes up and does this. And when do you start shorting it? So now now that you know that Judas swing happened and the liquidity is grabbed, here you had liquidity, here the liquidity is grabbed, right? So what do? You wait for the change of character to happen. So what is a change of character? If you don't understand, you have to go and understand what it is by watching the video that I uploaded earlier regarding the change of character or market structure shift. But for now, just understand that it is shifting market structure, right? So here in the 5 minute chart, this is where it is flipping. So here it's bullish, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher line. This is where it is shifting to the opposite direction. That is, this is the market structure shift, right? So this is where the market structure shifted, and that's where you take a short position. So where is it? So you take a short position, and your stop loss should be above this area, this high where the Judas swing happened, and you can target the previous low. You can target here, or you can target here. This is like the first target, and then this is like the second target, and the final target should be the higher time frame area. That is this, right? That is our final target. So it is just gonna be choppy, and this is a major support. So what has to happen in order to short is here. It should do something like this. It should break this block and retouch and then again drop. All right. So you can still enter some short position at this breaker block. I'm going to change the color so you know that it is a bullish OB or support, and here it has to break this, disrespect this support, and then retouch, and that's when you can enter more short positions, right? So in simple terms, Judas swing is still accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. That's the basis of everything. So Judas swing is something to trade the news, right? So the news happens at sometimes it happens at 8:30. Like most of the time, the economic data is released at 8:30, and the rate hikes or rate cuts are announced at 2 p.m. In this case, you wait for 2:22 and execute the trade. In this case, in the former, you wait for 8:45 and execute the trade. Okay, so now you understood what Judas swing is, and you understood how the market structure shift happens at 5 minutes, and you go down to 3 minute chart and execute it and target the immediate support to take profits, right? So I hope you understood how to trade Judas swing. It is simple, it is not complicated. And if you have any questions, put that in the chat. I'll try and address it one by one. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a good one. Bye.